Hey YouTubers, welcome to the channel. I'm Tony the Technician, and today we're going to be going back into the Amazon tool deals and checking out some of the tools that I found on sale for this week, and I really hope you guys enjoy. I will have all of these products linked down in the description. They'll all have their own dedicated link, so you guys can easily find those. And then I'll have two more links down in the description that are going to be tools and tools continued. If you click on those, it's going to take you to a longer list of tools, and those are going to be tools that have been on these Amazon tool deal videos in the past or other tools that I suggest. So go ahead and check those out if you're interested. But first up on today's list is the Performance Tool Telescoping Hood Prop Rod from 18.5 inches to 40 inches. I actually personally own this one. These are going to be fantastic more for your professionals. DIYers maybe. If you're a DIYer and you have a vehicle, and especially if you have like a third gen, very common for the hatches, for the shocks or the struts to be bad. In that case, it's almost the same price, maybe $30 to just go get new ones. But if you don't want to do that, then you could do something like this. But as far as like homeowners, maybe your prop rod is missing, or maybe you have a coil spring version for your hood, where you got to replace basically the whole hinge to get the hood to stay up. In some certain circumstances, I can understand how this would be useful as a DIYer or weekend warrior, especially if you work on a lot of different vehicles that may have that same issue, and you don't want to sit there and hold it or find a piece of wood that fits well enough to hold the trunk or the hood open. But if you're a professional, you come across multiple different vehicles all the time, especially depending on the shop that you work in. If you work on older stuff, it's going to be more common. So these can be very handy because obviously you're not going to be able to talk somebody into replacing those shocks or struts or hood props or whatnot all the time. So you don't want to sit there and have to worry about holding the hood up or how you're going to hold the hood up. These can be very handy and very affordable. This one is $14.40, down from $16. Not a whole lot of savings, but it is still extremely affordable. I will say this one is, you basically turn one end and then you extend it and then you turn it back and it locks it in place. Sometimes depending on the location, like when I try and lock it, it won't, and I just kind of got to fiddle with it for a second. But I haven't had any issues of it not working at all or anything like that. I use this almost on a daily basis, so it's worked just fine for me for the last 2-3 years that I've had it. So it's got nice big rubber feet on it, and it's extremely lightweight. This one's a hollow, thin metal material, and here you can see it in use here. But if you want something a little bit heavier duty, I'll show you something else next, or show you a little bit heavier duty version next. And they do have other options as well. Like they have locks like this you put on the shocker strut on the metal bar portion, and you kind of tighten it down, and that prevents it from going down. You can see locks on the bar to prevent the shocker strut from collapsing. And then you also have something like this. This is used a lot in the PDR field or body shop field as well, as you can see here. This is another one. This one is from Lisle, and their hood prop. This one is much heavier duty than the Performance Tool, much thicker gauge steel body, heavier duty locking mechanisms. I think it's got 3. I have both of these, this one and the Performance Tool one. The only downside to this one is at this end, the smaller end, the rubber boots are heavy duty, but eventually after use, this smaller rod here actually forces its way through the rubber cap. You just have this metal rod shoved through this rubber boot. So yeah, obviously it's an easy fix. You can even double up with a smaller boot and then a bigger boot to prevent this. That's just something to be aware of with this, because obviously you don't want that metal rod jamming into somebody's hood or anything like that. And these locking mechanisms work very well. It's just a simple metal tab that kind of jams its way, and they're spring loaded. So it locks very well. No issues with that whatsoever. And there you can see it in use. So this one is from 18.5 inches to 46.75 inches long under full extension. This one does have 4.8 stars with 2,563 ratings. And I forgot to mention with this one, it has 4.3 stars and 1,638 ratings. Getting into the Aries hammers. So this is something I did not know about. But as you can see right above my head right here, Aries is now selling these hammers that are made in the USA. Now, granted, these hammers are all made by basically the same company, Trusty Cook. Tecton sells, many other brands sell them. And there's a lot of good USA made hammers like this out there, sold by many, many different brands. But it's always nice to see more companies selling these products. So while you can just go straight to Trusty Cook, you can also go to, a lot of other brands. And sometimes these other brands actually have them for better prices, just like the Willed pry bars sold by many other brands. And they're actually cheaper through all of the other brands than the direct maker of the product. Not saying that's always going to be the case. It's just very common. Aries actually, all of these brands sell slightly different options. So Aries decided to go with the slimline hammer. They have the dead blow, and then they also have the ball peen dead blow as well. They went with the, Capri went with the dual face. Instead of having the ball peen on one end, they have the dual flat face hammers offered from Trusty Cook. But yeah, with this one, it has 5 stars, but only 3 ratings because these are fairly new. So keep that in mind. But they do have a lot of others to offer. But I figured the 26 ounce at $27 is a really good price, down from $39 roughly. So quite a bit of savings there. 8 ounce at $28, so the same price basically for a much smaller hammer. The 18 ounce at $22, 32 ounce, this one's for like knocking out pistons. The 32 ounce for $47, and then they have the 36 ounce ball peen dead blow for $60, so down from $65. That's why I'm telling people that go to Harbor Freight for these new Icon ball peen dead blow hammers. It's the same price as getting a USA made one. Sometimes you can actually find these USA made ones cheaper than the Icon. So that's just something to keep in mind. And it's always nice seeing another brand selling USA made products. Next up is this Wiha Tools Insulated Pro Turn Electrician Shears. So I've used the Knipex and I have the Engineer shears, and those are both fantastic ones. This is one that I hadn't actually seen before. So this one is at $30.71, down from $40. It has 4.6 stars out of 5 and has 30 ratings, so not a whole lot. I'm not sure if this is a new product or if it's just, new to me on Amazon. Not 100% sure. If you guys know if this product's been out quite a while, please let me know down in the comments. I do like the design. Got a decent blade length. You have this portion here at the base for cutting your larger cables, and then you have the insulated handles that are rated to 1,000 volts. About this item, if you guys don't know, it is the Insulated Pro Turn Electrician Shears. If you guys want to read all the other bullet points, you may go ahead and do so. And that, not a whole lot of information on it. Insulated tools, engineered in Germany. Wiha doesn't really have a whole lot actually made in Germany. This is probably made in Czech Republic, or this one doesn't actually say. A lot of people really like it. The only downside, people removed a couple stars because it doesn't come with a sheath like a lot of the others. So that is something to keep in mind. And then next up is a set that I've been looking at for years. I've wanted to pick this up. I actually ended up buying the Easy Red Kiwi pliers before I found these. Otherwise, I would have probably bought these from Knipex. This is their angled pliers, and I really enjoy angled pliers. Sometimes I like having that angle, so when I'm working in certain situations, I can actually see what I'm grabbing without my hand being in the way, especially like if I'm working up under a dash or down from the top of a dash or anything like that, or tight engine compartments. Having an angle set can be quite handy. Necessary? Probably not. Most people can probably get away without it, but I like them. It is basically $41 though, on sale, down from $51 list price. It's normally around this $40-$45 price range, which is still quite steep, but not only is this an angled set, but you do get quite a bit of features, and it's good quality stuff. It's Knipex. I've never had an issue with any of my Knipex pliers. This one has 4.7 stars at 44 ratings. It is probably one of their more pricier pairs of pliers because, truthfully, a lot of the Knipex stuff is around the $20-$30 price range now, which is fantastic. There's a lot of China-made stuff around that price range. So if you're spending $20 to $30 on pliers, you guys need to really consider Knipex. It's a really good brand. Or Sonoda, Japan-made brand, really good prices on their pliers, really good quality stuff as well. But I really like this. It's got the fine teeth up front. Then you got these smaller open jaw portions with no teeth. This is going to be good for, grabbing smaller wires, splitting wires. Then you got your open jaw with teeth that progressively get larger, grabbing fasteners. And then you have your cutter at the back as well. So all around a very unique and versatile tool made in Germany. Definitely one that I've considered over the years. But with the 80 pairs of pliers that I have, I just can't justify spending $41. But if you guys are looking for a good quality set of angled pliers, this one's on sale right now. Let me know your guys' thoughts down in the comments. That's it as far as this week's Amazon tool deals. I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, please make sure to smash that thumbs up. All of these items will be linked down in the description. If you haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.